No, not a motion sim. No, no, no. Just a fixed rig. But I think I can do it. But I'll have to sort of hot swap things. Well, the SimLab P1 is something I am looking at, Savage. But I'm trying to work out how I can swap... like, I can probably leave the wheelbase and just pop the wheel off, right? So the wheelbase can stay where it is. But when it comes to the racing pedals, I need something I can quick release and then put Flight Sim rudder pedals in instead and quick lock it on. So I'm kind of looking at those options. And then... with a flight stick, I could probably just mount it on the side, on the actual arms on the side, on the SimLab. And then, of course, I'd need, like, keyboard and mouse and things like that. Where would they go? And then if I wanted to do something that isn't racing or isn't flying, what would I then do? Would I be able to do it sat in that seat? Or would I have to be, like what Quirk does, get out of your rig and sit somewhere else? When you want to play City Skylines or shoot something. Well, I would use it for trucking, exactly. So, yeah. I would absolutely use it for trucking. Like, any driving and any flying I'd want to use it for. But if I was to play Ghost Recon or City Skylines or something like that, what would I do? These are the questions I'm asking myself. 3 separate studios. That sounds like a perfect solution. 3 rigs, 3 rooms. Yeah. Good suggestion. My room is not big enough for that donut. Now, my room is basically a converted garage, so it's not massive.
Keep right. Then take the exit right. Take the exit right.
Vertical space. I'm about 2 centimeters off touching the ceiling right now.
The roundabout, second exit.
Do what SCS didn't have a trailer?
Take the exit.
Now, my head doesn't hit the roof when I stand up, but it is like, I don't know, just over 2 meters.
Then turn left.
Because it's a converted garage, what you have to do is you have to...
left.
The floor has to float. So you build a wooden frame inside the garage, and then you make the floor float on top, sat on wooden beams. So you kind of lose height because of the structure that you have to put in. If you see what I mean.
Right turn ahead. Turn right.
Yeah, but Bob, the actual room hasn't changed. Just the internals.
Right turn ahead. Turn right.
If you build a rail, we'd have truck and flight some stuff side by side, you could slide the needed accessories in front of you. Maybe.
You have reached your destination.
Motorized gaming workstation. You have a link, but it's not cheap.
Aye, 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 aye.
Echolos, a London city waiting to my flight to Schiphol. So they're not trucking is the best way to pass the time. Oh man. That'd be a nice, would be a nice takeoff if it wasn't for the horrible cloud layer. Like a mitten. I'll take this top off and get a bit warm. Right. I'd kind of like to go down that east side this time. You're a zip down and not a zip up person. I honestly don't know what that means, Connor. 16-ton bulldozer. Why didn't SCS put Spain in ETS2 from the start? I don't know. $5,700. Jeez, that's a bit much. It's a Jazzycat trailer. If you look at Jazzycat's own trailer stuff, it's one of them.
Welcome back.
It's going to be a very interesting rerouting. The scenic route back. Dale, thank you for 30 months. Enjoy the content. Thank you, Dale. Welcome back, Dendo.
Turn right. Then turn right. Turn right. Go around the roundabout, third exit.
See you later, Danny.
Go straight on.
What do you think about TMP finally supporting ProMods? I think most people welcome it, don't they? Like, why would you not want that? Why would you not want ProMods in TMP? What I don't know, though, is, does it mean that TMP will have a separate server for people wanting to drive in ProMods? So you have your normal servers, and then you have servers for ProMods. You see, so the next thing, right? So you know when ProMods releases, sorry, you know when Eurotruck releases an update and ProMods breaks, and then it takes like 4 to 6 weeks to get a ProMods fix. During that time, what will TMP do? Jason B, thank you for 32 months. Canis Loops, welcome back. I guess they'd have to, Flamingo, but they're going to end up with a very mixed economy at that point, because they'll have those servers which are compatible with the latest Eurotruck, and then the ones that are compatible with ProMods will be from the previous version. That's going to be interesting. Are STS still making their own MP? No idea. Are STS still working on a coach sim? No idea. Groot, Pierre, a holy sub bomb. Groot Pierre, thank you very, very much for dropping 10 subs on the chat. What a boss. 4 new subs and 6 resubs. Now in the nut house. Thank you very much, Groot. If you just got gifted a sub, please remember to give him a thank you. It's very generous. There goes all your messages. Yep. Worth it though, Wobbly. Was out shopping with the wife. Ohio boy, what did you buy? It's the Watchtower. Hello, new nutters. Be sure to take advantage of the awesome benefits that this community has to offer.
The roundabout, first exit.
Thank you, sir. The prime one is to get into Discord. If you're a sub, get into Discord. birthday stuff, fair enough. Yeah, I've got a birthday coming up this week. Actually got two. My daughters and my friends. That's going to be expensive.
Welcome to the Nut House.
How does Discord know who is a sub? By an API. Every hour it refreshes
Right
the
turn
Twitch sub
ahead.
list and basically authenticates you against the sub server.
Nut House.
Well,
Turn
I do,
right.
Dave, yeah. But I'm not your friend, so I'm not going to buy you one.
Welcome to the Nut House.
What did you get me in April, Dave? Eh? What did you get me, eh? I didn't even get a card. I didn't even get a happy birthday message. What did I get? Wobbly, what Watchtower said. Thank you, sir.
Go around the roundabout, first exit. Take the exit.
Yeah, you probably tried to send me a razor blade, Dave. Get a shave.
Right turn ahead.
Thank you, Wobbly.
Turn right.
What happened to Paulie? I don't know. I messaged him on Discord a few weeks ago and said, are you still, like, making skins? And he was like, yeah. Ready, boy, Squirrel. Hopefully this will cover the new Black Sea DLC when it drops. That's very kind of you, Ready Boy. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate the support. Thank you.
Go around the roundabout.
I think the Black Sea
second
DLC
exit.
would be pretty good.
Take the exit. Turn left.
Turkey, Romania, Russia... Turkey, Romania and some other country, Connor. What, in the Black
Right
Sea
turn
DLC?
ahead.
Thanks to Nut Slammer for helping you.
Turn right.
Sentient Nut Slammer. We're driving the Range T. Bulgaria, Romania, what, and Turkey. How much of Turkey are they going to do? Only up to the Black Sea.
Go around the roundabout, first exit. Take the exit.
So I'm just doing a U-turn. I was going that way.
Go around the roundabout, second exit. Take the exit.
Wobbly, I said I wasn't going to do this anymore. Hashtag blame Watchtower. Lol, you guys. That's a nice view. Thank you, Wobbly. I don't think it's a particularly good photo op because there's a lot of kind of fencing and stuff down the side of the bridge. Watchtower, why are you blaming me, Wobbly? Oh boy. You'd think SCS would put some cities in like a couple or few. In what, sorry? Simple Sim.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you again, Wobbly. Oregon dropped first week of October last year, so you're hoping the same for Utah. Yes, Henry, I put a reminder in my calendar for the episode 3 of Long Dark, so I can carry on with it.
Oh, yeah.
Watchtower, we wouldn't want Paul to crash reading these messages. Remember Sunday Night Madness that happened last month? I do. .136 needs to be released first, Henry. For what, sorry? For Black Sea? Do I play MP? I don't play a lot of it.
Keep right. Then take the exit right. Take the exit right.
Oh, before Utah. Got you. The horn. Default horn. The loads are never changed. Chained, Lord Scumbag. No, just like the problem with me playing multiplayer hasn't really got anything to do with the amount of map content. So ProMods coming out is not going to change that. That's never been the issue. The issue with MP has always been quite simply, I want to be on a server where all the other drivers are taking it semi-seriously, as in trying to drive properly and stuff. That's it. If all the other drivers were driving sensibly and not like it's GTA, I would have far more enjoyment. And yeah, you know, you're gonna get the odd clown who's trying to T-bone you because you're streaming.
Right turn ahead.
You know, you're gonna get that, but it's not that. It's just down to the enjoyment factor. Like, if I'm going along at the speed limit and some guy starts overtaking me or smashing it through red lights, it kind of just ruins it for me. It kind of makes me go, well, I just want to feel like everybody else on the road is trying to drive within traffic law. That's why I've said before, I'd very much appreciate having a server that required you to have effectively like a license, like an iRacing license. So you work way up to a B or an A license or something, and then only people with a certain license can drive on there, and that way you know everybody's going to behave. So it's not really anything to do with ProMods, because it's not really anything to do with the map. If you remove all the AI
Go
traffic,
straight on.
the only thing you're left with on the road, the only thing that's moving, are the other drivers. And if they're all zipping around, you know, one axle in the air kind of thing, what's the point? That's a nice view. Yeah, I don't really mind how they implement it. I just want them to implement something, you know?
Go straight on.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Ooh. Wonder where that toll should go to. Wobbly! I have nothing to do with squirrels driving. Yeah, there are speed caps, but that doesn't really stop you from doing stuff, does it? That doesn't stop you from driving down the wrong side of the road and jumping a red light. It doesn't stop you from going over 50 in a 50 limit. It just stops you from your top speed.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
For MP, like when you're saying about people going through red lights, you can laugh when they crash. But that's not where I get my fun. It's like me flying on VATSIM, and if everybody else is following procedures, it's infinitely more enjoyable than if you're following procedures and then some guy just decides to barrel down the runway, coming right at you while you're on takeoff. It's that. It's the whole concept of trying to be in a simulation than be inside of an arcade fest.
Go
That's what it
straight
is.
on.
Mad Mick, good evening, Squirrel. I feel you're missing something. I know it's your Renault truck uniform. Oh yeah, I should have put that on. I should have put that on, Mad Mick. I think I even know where it is. It's in
Go
my top
straight
drawer.
on.
I'm sure I know where it is. I shall ask Mrs. Squirrel to recover it when I get a cup of tea. Well, VATSIM's just rolled out their new codec, haven't they? I kind of feel that I'm not alone in this. I kind of feel there's a whole load of us out there that would just love to be able to drive multiplayer
Left
with
turn ahead.
other people that want to drive properly. I kind of feel there's a big market for that. But everybody kind of has to
Turn
stay
left.
away because you can't get it. You know, so why don't they find a way of kind of meeting that demand? Like, find a way of giving people what they
Left
want.
turn ahead. Turn left.
Realism at the end of the day. It's not like, I'm not talking about super hardcore realism. You know, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about bringing the realism level up to the point where it's kind of the right balance between fun and seriousness, as opposed to just being a bit of a free-for-all.
Happy anniversary, Nata. Welcome back, Nata.
Right turn ahead.
Squirrel server. Whatever server you get, somebody's got to make sure that the rules are adhered to. Marco M, thank you for 17 months.
Turn right.
Even iRacing all there is has bad drivers, just the nature of the beast. Yeah, it does have bad drivers. But what you've got to remember, Alex, is with iRacing, you're in a competitive environment. And no matter what, you're talking about people are trying to vie to get ahead of each other. Yeah? Because your iRating depends on you finishing in the top half rather than the bottom half, right? So with that competition means racing incidents and people diving where they shouldn't. If you're talking about a game like this, that really doesn't apply. You're not trying to compete with other drivers, so in theory, it should be a lot better. There should be a lot more people who are just trying to, you know, drive within the rules of the road. That's all we're really talking about. Not compete with each other. At its core, like, this game is a relaxing game to play. But if you can play multiplayer and everybody else is being an idiot, it's no longer a relaxing game. It just becomes a, I'm done. Marco, thank you for 17. Wobbly Weasel, how do you enhance your experience in a Renault? Get out and take the bus. Lol. C. Nelson, thank you for 63. GTA 5 RP servers are a good job, very complex but entertaining. Yeah, again, I mean, that's semi-competitive, isn't it? Because people are trying to... some people are trying to break the law, some people are trying to apply the law, like, there's a whole different... And without the scumbags on the GTA RP servers trying to break the law, it wouldn't be as fun, would it?
Left turn ahead.
In the sense that not everyone has guns and all that.
Turn
No,
left.
I don't really mean the guns side of it. Off the top of my head, Solus, I don't know. You mean there's more incentive to obey the law? There is, as long as the economy works. Where people tend to start breaking the law is when they feel like they can't earn any money in the game, kind of thing. But with this, with trucking MP, you wouldn't be trying to do any of that. You're not trying to roleplay in the sense of, you know, interact with other characters. You're not trying to race anybody, so there's no competitive environment. It's basically you delivering your job from A to B, and other people on the road doing the same thing, and all obeying the traffic laws. That's all we're talking about. In that sense, you're isolated from the other players. You just see them. Wobbly, I've just reached my record number of bits, dude. Congratulations, and thank you, Wobbly. Langeveld, I know of no plan at the moment. Have I got you on Discord, Langeveld? I can't remember. A ranking system is what you need. Yeah. You basically need to start off with a mid-C license, and then as you do deliveries and don't break traffic laws, then you start to bump upwards. And if you break traffic laws, have loads of collisions, you start to go downwards. Alright, I'll see you at the hotel then. Maybe that's the problem, there's no way to measure a means of success in the game.
Right turn ahead.
There is a way to measure it. How often are you breaking speed limits? How often are you running red lights?
Turn right.
How often are you having collisions? All of these things cause fines within the game. Kirkby, I'm not going to extend your friend request, I'm not going to follow you, and I'm not going to DM you, so can you please stop now? Well, all I'm saying is, Alex, I think you have to work within the constraints of the game. Whatever the game provides, you have to work within those constraints. I'm just going to take a quick left here and grab that
Go straight
question
on.
mark. In here. Can you do me a favour? In the... I think it's in the top drawer of t-shirts. I think there's a Renault t-shirt in there, a black one with a red trim.
Make a U-turn.
Can you find it? Yeah. T-shirt
Turn
drawer.
around when possible.
What? It's
Turn
black
right.
with red trim on it. It says Renault though.
Left turn ahead.
I've got a Renault shirt.
Turn
That's
left.
what Mad Mick and Muttley got me. Truck Fest. There you go. Don't forget to cover the logo with the mic. Well, I never said I wouldn't do that, Captain Flint. You see this? Mrs. Squirrel's strawberry cake with a chocolate and coconut dressing.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
She baked them yesterday. No, it's not salmon cake because that's not veggie friendly. Thank you for 38 months, Mars. No, that's not it. Oh yeah, it is. Hang on. 1 second. Change my t-shirt. We're trying to keep it PG.
Get out the way of the camera then.
Hey?
Get out the way of the camera then.
Right. Oh, Dolly. Just put the mature flag on. Might even get more views. Right. There we go. I've got my t-shirt on. There you go, Mad Mick. There's the t-shirt, sir. I am wearing it. I'm wearing my t-shirt. I can't move the mic. You won't be able to hit. Look, you won't be able to hear me properly if I move the mic. What logo? Well, you can't see it. Just look. Look, the mic always sits here. Yeah, the back says Squirrel.tv. Well, I can't really show you the back because it's on the seat. It's not a Range T t-shirt, no. Ooh, look at that. Dave straight in there with the answer. Langerville, it should automatically appear.
The roundabout, second exit.
If you have a look at the forum post, it automatically shows itself, Langerville. Because you have one now, fair enough.
Take the exit.
Dude, what are you doing? Crazy. Uh-oh, it's raining.
Right turn ahead. Turn right. Then go straight on.
Do you remember your field of view setting? 75. Oh, it's a Scania dealer.
On.
Maybe I should just pop in here and get a proper truck.
Turn right. Go straight
The
on.
range T can't be that bad. As I said earlier, I don't like the engine noise, I don't like the drivetrain and the way it pulls, and I don't like the dashboard. Apart from that, I can live with stuff.
Turn left.
Yes, I use the rain mod. It's in the mod spreadsheet. Realistic rain or something, whatever it's called. Trust me, I never sit schoolboy straight trot. I slouch.
Right.
I always slouch. Rip headphone users. Tom Sunday's playing Farm Sim 19. Stalker. Welcome back, Nightmare. Hang on. Came out of alert mode to say stalker. Fair enough.
Keep right. Then turn right. Turn right.
Thanks, 25 months, Nightmare. First game ever streamed. It was either DayZ or Battlefield 3. I can't remember which. Probably Battlefield.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Am I just scrolling the other days? No camera, Zarek. That's how it was in the other days. It took me quite a while before I got a camera.
Ay, 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 ay.
Nutter.
Wobbly. I'm back with chocolate, hot chocolates and chocolate biscuits. Oh my god. Have you got enough chocolate there, Wobbly?
Nutter.
Stroking my beard, welcome back. That sounds like a doorbell, doesn't it? Bing bong. Oh, thank you, Phil. That's interesting. Thought it was put there a long time ago. Looking forward to the 180 videos on the train. Personally, I don't think it's the best one. But I'll let you be the judge of that. Oh well, hang on, Valtiel. There's a big difference between like which one I enjoyed making and which one turned out the best. But I have to say, all of them were a lot of work. Like, it was very hard to have fun making those videos. You can't see the Renault logo. There you go.
Right. Then
Now you can see it, Mad Mick. It's right there in the middle of the wheel, mate. It's right there. Looks like a squashed cube. Yeah, I got to keep the VR camera, but I had to buy quite a lot of equipment to use it.
Turn
Hey,
right.
Mad Mick, I gave you your t-shirt. There was nothing in the deal about a logo. Rockview, thank you for subbing. Welcome to the house, Rockview. I'm wearing the t-shirt that you bought me. 4 paws, it's in the hands of Google now. They were submitted on Friday, so I'm kind of hoping this week they'll get approved. Behind the scenes video is going to take a while, Connor, because there's a lot to it. Yeah, Bowen, honestly, I'm glad I made the VR180 videos, but there was so much work, took so much of my time, that part of me wishes I'd just never done it. I could have done a lot of other things this summer instead of doing that. So, I just hope that when they're all done, people can kind of, people enjoy them, but we'll see. A lot of people don't get 3D very much, so
Take the exit.
I'm expecting a lot of kind of comments from 2D people saying, I don't get this, it's not in 3D. I don't know if there will be, Heyman. I'm kind of preparing myself. I'm preparing myself for mild disappointment, shall we say. But, you know, you've got to try new things to see what works. Mr. Zarek, thank you for gifting a sub to NL Hands. Welcome back, sir. Do 180 videos require more PC horsepower to render than regular? Yeah. Yeah, because you're basically rendering two 6K images.
First exit.
A normal 1080 video, you're rendering a 1080 image. A 4K video, you're rendering a 4K image. With a VR180 video, you're rendering two 6K images. So they take a heck of a lot of grunt to edit. You need a lot of storage space, you need a lot of power, and a lot of bandwidth. Watching them is fine, but in terms of making them, it requires quite a bit of knowledge, a lot of which you learn on the way. Skyer, thank you for double top 40 months, sir. You'd rather regret things that you did than things that you didn't do. Interesting. Why does Google have to approve them? Because they basically...
Fantastic! Oh, fantastic!
They basically commissioned 12 channels to make VR180 videos, and I was one of the 12. So as part of the commission, you have to deliver 4 VR180 videos by the end of September, and they have to approve all of them to go out, because specifically they don't want any copyrighted music in there, and they don't want the video to be sponsored by anybody. So you can't go out and make a sponsored VR180 video, because they're commissioning you to make them, if that makes sense. So yeah, as part of the process, they have to sign them off. So their legal team reviews it, I think their editorial team reviews it, and then I think VR Scout review it, and then it gets signed. We'll see. But as long as I submitted them before 30th September, which I did, I met my deadline. Is there a Halloween bake-off? That I do not know. Halloween's a long way off. If they're rejected. It depends what reason they're rejected. Like, if they're rejected for copyright music, I would be amazed because I don't use any copyright music. If they're rejected because there's some logo in the video, then I could always blur it out again. If there's something that I say, I could edit that out, but I don't think I've broken any guidelines. What's the weird mic looking thing on the left side of your head? That is the track IR sensor that allows me to look around. Like that. How can you blur something in 3D? Because what you have to do, a 3D video is basically, a 3D VR180 video is, try to imagine a sphere like the Earth, right? And you cut it in half, and what you're left with is like a coconut shell, yeah? Like half. Inside, all of the inside surface is what the video looks like, and you put each coconut over your eye. That's basically what you're doing. So the video image exists, but instead of it being on a flat surface, it's on the inside of a sphere. So in order to blur something, it's quite simple really. You just need to basically blur the portion, but you have to do it in 3D instead of 2D. It's kind of hard to visualize, but that's essentially what it is. See you later, Trucker Chris. And it's the same with like text. If you wanna put text on a 2D video, it's dead simple. If you want to put text in a 3D video, you need to position it in the 3D space where you want it, so that when you look around, it's always in the same place. So you have to put it in the depth as well as left to right, up and down. You have to position it. So you just pick a point in space where you want the blur location to be. And then if that happens to move, you just keyframe a tracking location. What the heck, man? Good luck with the videos. I hope they get accepted. Whatever the final product, the Nutshouse will love it. Yeah, I know the supporters will love it, Wobbly, but it's what everybody else kind of does with it. Does your software just edit frames of both eyes synchronized? Do you have to do it manually? You use Premiere, and it basically shows you one half of the screen with one eye, the other half of the screen with the other eye. Or you can composite together, watch it with 3D glasses, or you can even edit on a VR headset if you want to. Sorry, Connor. Hope the VR180's videos get a lot of love. I really hope it doesn't get the hate. Your MMX racing video with dislikes. Nah, it won't ever do that. They won't ever do that. That got hated on because it was a mobile game. And my channel seems to specifically hate mobile games. You wouldn't believe how many sponsored mobile videos I've turned down. Can use your logo on the VR. Yeah. My logo's fine. In fact, I even said to them, you know, I'm doing this video with Porsche. The Porsche name and logo is going to be in the video. And they said, yeah, that's fine. Because it's not sponsored by Porsche. You think VR is a fad? It will be popular for a while. I disagree with you, King Austin. I think VR is not a fad. I think VR is the future. But the technology is going to take 1, maybe 2 decades to get to the point where it will be mainstream. VR is especially amazing, especially for driving games. Yeah, for racing games and driving games. In fact, a lot of cockpit games, but especially driving stuff. That's where you really benefit from 3D. But once it goes like cable free and the resolution is in quotes retina level, so you can't see any dots, and the gear that you have to wear is suitably lightweight and unobtrusive, when the technology's at that point, that's when you're going to see mainstream adoption. Yeah, I saw the new Facebook VR world they're creating, Horizons. But if you know somebody with a 3D headset, definitely, when these VR 180 videos come out, definitely go and check them out on a headset. You will be amazed how much better they are when you watch them in 3D. Like, really kind of, whoa.
Keep right, then turn right. Turn right.
How long are the videos? I'm actually not sure. They're between about I don't know what the longest one is. Google told us to make them about 8 minutes long maximum, because they said that's all that people can really cope with in 3D, and I had to disagree with that.
First exit.
But I made them as long as they need to be. Like the train one, I think, is probably the longest because it was a journey. So the train one, I think, is the longest one. The Porsche one is probably the shortest. The tractor one is probably about 14-15 minutes. And the bonus one that I'm not telling you about, that's probably about 14 minutes as well. Not yet, Whiteland. I'm hoping they're going to get approved this week. Have you got a headset, Whiteland? Like a 3D headset? Like a Vive or a Rift or something? You had one. That's a shame. The new Oculus Quest, actually with the Oculus Quest, they're adding support to play VR games on Steam. So the big difference between the Quest and the Rift was that the Rift was designed to plug into your PC and play Steam games, if you like, or Oculus Quest games, and the Quest was designed to act as a standalone headset but not play games on it. And now they're releasing some software update, which basically means the Quest can also plug into your PC. Which means the Quest then has 2 advantages. You can play games on it via Steam library, and you can also run it headless without a PC and just watch content on it.
Exit.
Which is kind of cool.
Take the exit.
I think it does mean the Rift will probably fade out in favour of the Quest. Yeah.
Left turn ahead.
Because the Quest then has an extra advantage over it. Although I think on the Quest the resolution and frame rate is slightly lower than the Rift.
Left turn ahead. Turn left.
Well, 2020 is when Apple jumps into VR. That's going to be interesting to say the least.
Right turn ahead. Turn right.
Yeah, you can watch with the PlayStation VR headset.
You have reached your destination.
I don't think the Quest is heavy at all. I don't think so, kid. That's not what Apple will do. It's like when Apple brought out the AirPods. Like, that transformed quite a few things in the kind of headset space. Like, nobody done anything quite like that before. And I think they'll do the same thing with VR. They'll come out with something that's different. And it won't be cheap. That's for sure. AirPods look silly. Yeah, but the AirPods are actually really good. And I think they're like the #1 selling headset now. Captain Flint and Nightmare. Also, they come in that little thing that you put them back in and they recharge them again. Another clever idea. Too bad your ears don't like the normal pods. Yep. They're not for everybody. But then most headsets, you know, because everybody's ears are like different. You can't ever make inner ear head things that are going to work for everyone. It's just not possible. Like a double glove. Like an insulated glove. Ooh. Wow, that's more fairy than anything else. Why do all the jobs go this way? Do any jobs, like everything goes here or over here? It's just nuts. Not a single job goes up through Italy or in any of this part of the map. They all go over here or they all go over here. Yeah, it's the Middle East expansion, the ProMods thing. I think I'll take the turbine to Beirut because that sounds like fun. Well, for a start, Dave, they got rid of the cable. So they just hang in your ear, balanced, and they don't fall out. And then there's the pod that you put them back into that actually charges them back up. So you get really good range on them as well. Welcome, Jason. All right, Magnum, have a good one. Get out that way. Why can't I be let out that way? Utter scumbags. Exactly. Where's Jeff? Why can't Jeff open the gates? There is no Jeff.
Turn right.
No. Gonna go straight
Right
on.
turn ahead. Turn right.
I think Jeff is like behaving like some of the keepers in Planet Zoo.
Right turn ahead.
And he's not been given a work zone, so
Turn
he's like
right.
just not even turning up for work. Complaining about the money he's on. Sat in the staff room doing nothing. Wait, what? Where is this pickup point?
Go around the roundabout, second exit. Take the exit.
Yeah, 11 hours, Captain Flint. Only the Scania, I think, was he? Can I, Doran? Hey, buddy. Yes, I do, King Golson. It depends where I go, though. Zarak, thank you for gifting us up to Aussie.
Go around the roundabout, second exit.
Oh,
Turn
scumbag
right.
lights. Bit of a long drive for a pickup, this one. Good evening, Blair. I'm not bad, sir. Thank you. Vegemite. Aussie, is Marmite and Vegemite the same thing, but with a different name? Is Vegemite just the Australian version of Marmite, or is there actual difference?
Keep left. Then turn left.
Well, Marmite is a yeast extract, isn't it? So what's Vegemite then?
Turn left.
And why don't we get both over here? In fact, why don't you get both over there? No, I'm not a fan of Marmite. Just curious.
Go around the roundabout. First exit. Take the exit.
They should both be banned. What, because you don't like them? Okay. Hot Bovril. I've not had a hot Bovril for a long, long time.
Keep right.
I can't even remember what it's like. An ox taste, isn't it?
Go around the roundabout. First exit.
I've not heard them going to stop making
Take the
Marmite.
exit. Go straight on.
A lot of people in my household still love Marmite. I'm not a fan. Mrs.
Turn
Squirrel
right.
loves Marmite. But then she likes Sprouts as well, so that's nothing to go off. What's good for colds and flus?
You have reached your
Shoe bandit.
destination.
Yeah, Zarak, that was the first time I ever heard Vegemite. Was the song Land Down Under. I was like, Vegemite? Is it like Marmite? Asparagus? If you cook asparagus properly, it's really nice. But if you overcook it and stuff, it's just disgusting. It has to be crunchy. Doing cargo.